Have you ever finished a long day at work, feeling completely exhausted, even though you didn't do anything physically difficult? Your mind feels tired, your body feels heavy, and all you want to do is go home and forget about the day. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people experience stress at work every single day. Deadlines, emails, meetings, difficult customers, unexpected problems. The pressure never seems to stop. Many people believe that stress is simply part of having a successful career, but that's not entirely true. Stress isn't the real problem. The real problem is not knowing how to manage it, because when stress controls you, it affects your health, your relationships, your confidence, and even the quality of your work. The good news is, stress is a skill you can learn to manage. You may not be able to control every situation at work, but you can learn to control how you respond to those situations. Hello, my amazing students. My name is Sarah, and today we're going to learn English through one of the most valuable workplace skills you can develop: how to handle stress at work. You'll discover why work stress happens, how to stay calm under pressure, how better time management can reduce stress, why protecting your mental energy is essential, and how to build a calm, successful career without letting pressure take over your life. As you listen, you'll improve your English vocabulary, your listening comprehension, your pronunciation, and your confidence while learning practical business English and life skills you can use every day. Remember, success isn't about having a life without stress. It's about learning how to stay calm when life becomes stressful. We'll explore this topic through 5 lessons. Lesson number 1, why work stress happens. Lesson number 2, stay calm in difficult situations. Lesson number 3, manage your time, reduce your stress. Lesson number 4, protect your mental energy. And finally, lesson number 5, build a calm and successful career. Let's begin with lesson number 1, why work stress happens. Before we start, can I ask you one question? A year from now, will your English be better than it is today, or will you still be saying, "I'll start next week"? The truth is, most people don't fail because English is difficult. They fail because they never truly commit to it. That's why, for a limited time, I've reduced the price of the Native Flow English coaching experience to just $5. Not because it's worth only $5, but because I don't want money to be the reason you never start. For less than the price of a coffee, you can begin building a skill that can stay with you for the rest of your life. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Click the link in the description. Join us today, and I'll see you inside. Now, let's begin today's lesson. Lesson number 1, why work stress happens. Imagine arriving at work on Monday morning. Before you've even had your first cup of coffee, your inbox is already full. Your manager needs a report. A customer has a complaint. Your phone keeps ringing, and someone tells you that an important meeting has been moved to an earlier time. Suddenly, your heart starts beating faster. You feel overwhelmed. You don't know where to begin. This is what work stress often feels like. But here's an important question. What exactly is stress? Many people think stress is always something bad. Actually, that's not true. There are 2 different kinds of stress. The first is healthy stress. Imagine you're about to give an important presentation. You feel a little nervous. Your heart beats faster. You become more focused. Your brain becomes more alert. That small amount of pressure helps you perform better. This kind of stress is temporary. It disappears once the challenge is over. The second type is unhealthy stress. This happens when pressure never seems to end. Every day feels overwhelming. Every task feels urgent. You stop sleeping well. You lose your motivation. Even small problems begin to feel impossible. Instead of helping you perform better, stress begins to damage your health and your happiness. So why does work create so much stress? One reason is uncertainty. Human beings naturally like knowing what will happen next, but the workplace is often unpredictable. A project suddenly changes. A deadline becomes shorter. A customer changes their mind. Your manager asks for something completely unexpected. When we feel we have little control, our stress level usually increases. Another common cause is trying to do too many things at once. Imagine you're writing an important report. While writing, you answer emails, you reply to messages, you answer phone calls, you attend meetings. Then you return to your report. Your brain keeps switching from one task to another. Many people call this multitasking, but in reality, our brains don't truly multitask very well. Instead, they rapidly switch between tasks. Each switch requires extra mental energy. By the end of the day, you feel exhausted, even if you didn't finish very much. Another reason people experience stress is perfectionism. Some people believe everything they do must be perfect. Every email, every presentation, every conversation, every project. Of course, doing quality work is important, but perfection is often impossible. When you constantly chase perfection, you create pressure that never ends. Sometimes, very good is much better than waiting forever for perfect. There's another hidden cause of work stress. Comparing yourself to other people. You see a colleague getting promoted. Another coworker finishes tasks more quickly. Someone receives praise from the manager. Instead of feeling inspired, you begin doubting yourself. You ask, why am I not as successful? But here's something important to remember. You rarely see the full story. You don't see the years of experience, the personal struggles, the extra effort they put in behind the scenes. Comparing your life to someone else's highlights is almost never fair. Stress also appears when we forget to take care of ourselves. Many people skip lunch, drink too much coffee, sleep too little, work late every evening. Then they wonder why they feel tired all the time. Your brain needs rest just like your muscles do. Without recovery, even simple tasks begin to feel difficult. One of the most useful things you can learn is recognizing the warning signs of stress. Perhaps you become impatient more easily. You struggle to concentrate. You make small mistakes you normally wouldn't make. You feel tired even after sleeping, or you constantly think about work, even after you've gone home. These are signals. Your body is telling you that something needs attention. Ignoring these signs rarely makes them disappear. Listening to them early often prevents bigger problems later. Finally, remember this. Stress is not a sign that you're weak. It doesn't mean you're incapable. It simply means your mind and body are responding to pressure. The goal isn't to remove every challenge from your life. That's impossible. The goal is to become stronger, calmer, and wiser in the way you respond to those challenges. Because when you learn to understand your stress, instead of fearing it, you take the first step toward controlling it. And that's exactly what we'll learn in the next lesson. Lesson number 2, stay calm in difficult situations. Imagine this. You're in the middle of an important meeting. Your manager suddenly asks, Sarah, why isn't this project finished yet? Everyone in the room turns to look at you. For a moment, your mind goes blank. Your heart starts beating faster. You feel embarrassed, maybe even angry. At that moment, you have two choices. You can react emotionally, or you can respond calmly. Those two reactions may look similar, but they lead to completely different results. Reacting is automatic. Responding is intentional. When people react, they often speak before they think. They interrupt. They become defensive. They raise their voices. Later, they often regret what they said. But people who respond calmly do something different. They pause. They breathe. They think. Then they choose their words carefully. That small pause can completely change the outcome of a difficult situation. Let's imagine another example. A customer calls and says, "I'm very disappointed with your service." Your first thought might be, "This isn't my fault." If you immediately become defensive, the conversation will probably become even more stressful. Instead, a professional response could be, "I'm sorry to hear that. Let me understand the situation so I can help you." Notice the difference. You aren't accepting blame for something you didn't do. You're simply focusing on solving the problem instead of creating another one. This is one of the most valuable workplace skills you can develop. Focus on solutions, not emotions. Another powerful habit is learning to control your breathing. When we become stressed, our breathing often becomes fast and shallow. Without realizing it, our body prepares for danger. But your brain pays attention to how you breathe. When your breathing becomes slower and deeper, your brain receives a signal that you're safe. Within a short time, you begin feeling calmer. That's why many successful professionals pause before answering a difficult question. They take one slow breath, then they speak. It may seem like a small habit, but it has a powerful effect. Another important lesson is this: not every problem deserves the same emotional energy. Imagine receiving an email with a small mistake. Will it matter next week? Probably not. Now imagine losing an important client. That requires more attention. Many people experience unnecessary stress because they treat every small problem like a major crisis. Ask yourself, how important will this be 1 month from now? Often, the answer helps you stay calm. Let's talk about communication. Stress often causes people to speak too quickly. Their voices become louder. Their thoughts become less organized. Instead, try speaking more slowly. When you slow your speech, you also slow your thinking. And when you slow your thinking, you usually make better decisions. Professional communication isn't about speaking fast. It's about speaking clearly. Now imagine that you made a mistake at work. Perhaps you forgot an important email or entered the wrong information into a report. Many people panic. They spend more energy hiding the mistake than fixing it. But confident professionals usually follow a different approach. They admit the mistake, take responsibility, and immediately begin looking for a solution. For example, "I made an error in the report. I've already corrected it, and I'll double-check everything before sending the next version." That response builds trust. People don't expect perfection. They expect honesty and responsibility. There's another habit that reduces stress significantly. Stop trying to control things you cannot control. You can't control the weather. You can't control traffic. You can't control every decision your manager makes. You can't control other people's opinions. But you can control your preparation, your attitude, your effort, and the way you respond. When you focus your energy on the things you can actually influence, life becomes much less stressful. Finally, remember that difficult days don't last forever. Every career has stressful moments. Every professional faces unexpected challenges. Every successful person has experienced pressure. The goal isn't to avoid difficult situations. The goal is to become the kind of person who remains calm inside them. Because calmness is contagious. When you stay calm, other people often become calmer too. Your team trusts you more. Your communication improves. Your decisions become wiser. And little by little, you become someone others naturally rely on during difficult moments. True professionalism isn't measured when everything goes well. It's revealed by how you behave when everything seems to go wrong. And every time you choose to respond with patience instead of panic, you're becoming a stronger professional and a stronger person. Lesson number 3, manage your time. Reduce your stress. Imagine arriving at work on Monday morning. You have 15 emails waiting. A report is due this afternoon. A meeting starts in 30 minutes. Your phone keeps ringing. A coworker asks for your help. And your manager says, "I need to talk to you as soon as possible." Where do you begin? Many people make the same mistake. They try to do everything at once. They answer emails while attending meetings. They reply to messages while writing reports. They jump from one task to another all day. At the end of the day, they feel exhausted. Yet somehow, the most important work is still unfinished. The problem isn't always having too much work. Sometimes it's trying to do everything at the same time. One of the best ways to reduce stress is learning to prioritize. Not every task is equally important. Imagine your manager gives you 5 different tasks. Instead of asking, "What should I do first?" many people simply start with the easiest one. Why? Because finishing an easy task feels satisfying. But completing 3 small tasks doesn't help much if the most important project remains unfinished. A better question is, which task will have the biggest impact today? Start there. Your future self will thank you. Another common cause of stress is procrastination. Sometimes we avoid difficult tasks because they seem too big. Imagine you need to prepare a 40-page report. The project feels overwhelming. So instead of starting, you answer emails, organize your desk, check social media, anything except the report. But here's something interesting. Large tasks become much less stressful when you break them into small steps. Instead of saying, "I have to finish the entire report today," tell yourself, "I'll write the introduction first, then the first section, then the second." Small progress creates momentum, and momentum reduces stress. Another powerful habit is planning your day before it begins. Many successful professionals spend 5 or 10 minutes each morning deciding what truly matters. They don't try to remember everything. They write it down. When your tasks stay inside your head, they create mental pressure. When you write them on paper, your mind feels lighter. You stop worrying about forgetting something. Now let's talk about interruptions. Imagine you're concentrating on an important project, then someone sends you a message. A minute later, another email arrives. Then your phone rings. Then a coworker asks a quick question. Every interruption seems small, but together, they destroy your concentration. Each time you stop, your brain needs time to focus again. That's why protecting your focus is one of the best ways to reduce stress. If possible, set aside periods of uninterrupted work. Close unnecessary tabs. Silence notifications. Finish one important task before starting another. You'll often complete more work with much less stress. Another helpful habit is learning to estimate your time realistically. Many people believe a task will take 20 minutes. In reality, it takes an hour. Then they become stressed because they're behind schedule. Give yourself extra time. If a project normally takes 1 hour, plan for 90 minutes. This small change creates breathing room instead of constant pressure. There's another important lesson. Don't confuse urgency with importance. An email marked urgent isn't always the most valuable use of your time. Sometimes, the task that creates the biggest long-term success is the one nobody is reminding you about. Improving your skills, learning English, planning your future, thinking strategically. These activities rarely feel urgent, but they often have the greatest impact. Finally, remember that no one can work at full speed all day. Your brain isn't a machine. It needs short breaks. Stand up, stretch, walk for a few minutes, drink some water, look away from your screen. A short break doesn't waste time. It helps you return with more energy and better focus. The goal isn't to fill every minute with work. The goal is to use your time wisely. When you organize your time, you organize your mind. When your mind becomes organized, stress begins to lose its power. Because most stressful days aren't created by having too much to do. They're created by trying to do everything at once. Focus on one task. Complete it well. Then move to the next. One step at a time. One decision at a time. One priority at a time. That's how calm professionals handle busy days. And that's how you can too. Lesson number 4. Protect your mental energy. Imagine you have 2 employees. Both work 8 hours a day. Both have similar responsibilities. Both are intelligent and hardworking. But at the end of the week, one person still has energy. The other feels completely exhausted. Why? The answer isn't always physical energy. It's mental energy. Your mind has limits. Every decision you make, every problem you solve, every difficult conversation, and every interruption uses a little of your mental energy. If you never give your mind a chance to recover, even simple tasks begin to feel overwhelming. That's why protecting your mental energy is just as important as managing your time. Let's begin with one of the biggest energy thieves, negative people. Have you ever noticed how some conversations leave you feeling motivated, while others leave you feeling completely drained? Some people complain about everything. Every problem is a disaster. Every change is terrible. Every challenge is impossible. If you spend hours surrounded by constant negativity, your own mindset slowly begins to change. This doesn't mean avoiding people who genuinely need help. It means being careful not to absorb every negative emotion around you. Sometimes, protecting your peace is necessary. Another important habit is learning to say no. Many people believe saying no is rude, so they agree to everything: extra meetings, extra projects, extra responsibilities. helping everyone while forgetting themselves. Eventually, their schedule becomes full, their stress increases, and they wonder why they feel overwhelmed. Professional people know that saying yes to everything often means saying no to their own priorities. You can refuse politely. For example, I'd love to help, but I'm working on another priority right now. Or, I'm afraid I don't have enough time today, but I can help tomorrow. These responses are respectful. They protect your time without damaging relationships. Another way to protect your mental energy is by taking meaningful breaks. Notice I didn't say long breaks, I said meaningful breaks. Many people spend their break scrolling through social media. When the break ends, their mind doesn't feel refreshed. It feels even more distracted. Instead, try doing something that truly helps your brain recover. Stand up and stretch. Take a short walk, drink some water, look outside the window, practice a few deep breaths, or simply sit quietly for a few minutes. Sometimes, doing nothing for 5 minutes is exactly what your brain needs. Let's also talk about something many professionals forget. You don't have to solve every problem immediately. Imagine receiving an email that makes you angry. Your first reaction is to reply instantly, but emotional emails often create emotional responses. A better habit is to wait. Read the email again later. You may discover that your second response is much calmer, more professional, and much more effective. Your mental energy is also affected by what happens after work. Many people leave the office physically, but mentally, they never leave. They're eating dinner while thinking about tomorrow's meeting. They're watching television while worrying about unfinished tasks. They're trying to sleep while replaying stressful conversations in their minds. Their body is resting. Their mind isn't. Creating a healthy boundary between work and personal life is essential. When your workday finishes, allow yourself to enjoy your personal time. Spend time with your family. Exercise, read, practice English, cook, listen to music. Do something that reminds your brain. Work is over for today. This habit makes it much easier to return to work feeling refreshed. Another important truth is that you cannot help others if you're completely exhausted yourself. Imagine your phone battery is at 1%. Can it charge another phone? Of course not. It needs to recharge first. People are similar. If your mental energy is always empty, it becomes much harder to support your coworkers, your family, or even yourself. Taking care of your mental health isn't selfish, it's responsible. Finally, remember that success isn't measured only by promotions, salary, or achievements. True success also means protecting your health, your peace of mind, and your happiness. Because reaching the top of your career means very little if you're too exhausted to enjoy your life. Protect your mental energy. Choose your priorities wisely. Rest without feeling guilty. And remember, your mind is one of your greatest assets. The better you take care of it, the better it will take care of you. Lesson number 5. Build a calm and successful career. Imagine 2 people starting the same job on the same day. Both are talented. Both are hardworking. Both want to succeed. 10 years later, one of them enjoys their work. They feel confident. They continue learning. They have a healthy life outside the office. The other person feels exhausted, constantly stressed, always worried. They've lost the excitement they once had. What made the difference? It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't luck. And it wasn't talent. It was the habits they built along the way. Many people believe a successful career means earning more money, getting promoted, or having an impressive job title. Those things can certainly be rewarding, but they don't automatically create happiness. A calm and successful career is built on something deeper. It's built on balance. Imagine climbing a mountain. You're moving quickly. You're determined to reach the top, but you never stop to rest. You never drink water. You ignore every sign of exhaustion. Eventually, you become too tired to continue. The same thing happens in our careers. Working harder isn't always the answer. Sometimes, working smarter is. One habit that successful professionals develop is focusing on progress instead of perfection. Many people spend hours trying to make every project perfect, every email, every presentation, every report. Of course, doing quality work matters, but perfection can become a trap. If you spend too much time trying to make one task perfect, you may never finish it. Successful people aim for excellence. They give their best. Then they move forward. They understand that improvement happens through experience, not endless hesitation. Another important habit is continuing to learn. The workplace changes constantly. New technology appears. New skills become valuable. New opportunities emerge. People who stop learning often struggle to keep up, but people who remain curious continue growing throughout their careers. That's one reason learning English is so valuable. It opens new opportunities, new conversations, new friendships, new careers, and new ideas. Every lesson you complete today is an investment in the opportunities you'll have tomorrow. Another lesson is to stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Perhaps one coworker gets promoted before you. Someone else earns a higher salary. Another colleague learns new skills more quickly. It's easy to feel discouraged. But remember, everyone has a different starting point, different experiences, different challenges, different goals. The only comparison that truly matters is this. Am I improving compared to the person I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, you're already moving in the right direction. Another habit that creates a calm career is celebrating small achievements. Many people wait until something extraordinary happens before feeling proud. A promotion, a new job, a big success. But life is made of small victories, finishing a difficult project, learning new vocabulary, helping a colleague, speaking English more confidently than last month. These moments deserve recognition too. They remind you that progress is happening, even if it's slow. Let's also talk about balance. Your career is an important part of your life, but it isn't your entire life. Spend time with the people you love. Exercise, read, travel, learn new skills, laugh, rest. A successful career should support your life, not replace it. Many people reach professional success, only to realize they forgot to enjoy the journey. Don't let that happen to you. Finally, remember that stressful moments will always exist. There will always be deadlines, unexpected problems, difficult conversations, busy weeks. Those things don't disappear. What changes is you. You become calmer, more confident, more experienced, better prepared. The situations may remain challenging, but your ability to handle them becomes stronger. As we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to remember one simple idea. A successful career isn't built in 1 month or 1 year. It's built one day at a time. One good decision, one productive habit, one calm response, one lesson learned. Those small choices may not seem important today, but over the years, they become the foundation of an extraordinary career. So take care of your mind, protect your time, continue learning, stay curious, and never let temporary stress make you forget your long-term goals, because true success isn't measured by how much pressure you can survive. It's measured by how wisely you manage that pressure while continuing to grow. Thank you so much for listening. I hope today's lesson helps you become not only a better English speaker, but also a calmer, healthier, and more confident professional. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep believing in yourself. And remember, the strongest professionals aren't the ones who never feel stress. They're the ones who learn how to stay calm while moving forward.